Good morning, students. Welcome to MGM Education. Today's topic is about liberty, political science degree honors subject. Okay. However, it is useful to almost all the students of plus two, plus three, plus competitive examination. Let us know about liberty today and the kinds of liberty and the relationship between law and liberty. Okay. Now, you see, liberty is a word that derived from the Latin word liber, which means freedom. Okay. Now, liberty is essential for the development of personality of an individual. Montesquieu once said, "No other word left so indelible an impression on the mind of the individual as the word liberty. It has indeed been a magic word in history, which has inspired millions of revolts. Let us take the case of the French Revolution. Liberty was a key word of French Revolution. We know the development of personality of an individual hangs upon this word particularly. And this word only the word that justifies a pure democracy. It's therefore in Indian Constitution, in the preamble of Indian Constitution also, liberty is a key word. It promises to provide social, political, economic, cultural, religious liberty to the people of India. In other words, liberty means freedom to do whatever a man like to do. Liberty is understood in two different ways. Okay? Negative aspect of the liberty and positive aspect of liberty. We can also call it as the negative liberty and positive liberty, right? Now it is a concept where we have to go through deep into the matter. Let us start. What is negative and positive liberty? What is the difference between them? And how does it affect human personality or individual personality in the society? Let us talk about J.S. Mill, who was focused on the concept of negative aspect of the liberty, which means absolute freedom of individual. It means that individual has the freedom to do anything without any restriction. Any restriction. According to him, in his own words, liberty implies absence of restraint, means restriction, no restriction. He believed that by this individual can develop to the fullest extent possible. He justified it. By the way, some others objected this also. They said that it may hinder the individual development, it may disturb the individual, or individual may go in wrong route. But Professor Lasky says it in a different way. He spoke about positive liberty, means liberty is to be granted to the people, but there should be some restriction by which he can develop in a nice way. Self-realization is also possible, and no negative effect will be there. So, Professor Lasky is of the opinion that by liberty we mean the eager maintenance of that atmosphere in which men have the opportunity to be their best selves. So he objected that ideology of J.S. Mill, that's the negative liberty. He said, no doubt, liberty is an essential condition for the development of individual personality. But he said that some restrictions should be there so that it will do some, it will bring some better results for the people and the society and the nation as well. It is all about positive and negative liberty. Next, move to other types of liberty, such as natural liberty, moral liberty, civil liberty, economic liberty, political liberty, national liberty, and international liberty. In this way, we have, around 9 types of different kinds of liberty. Each one we will have focus. we'll have to focus now. Let us start. The first one is natural liberty. That means it is the liberty which we get by birth, right? By nature, we get this freedom. Contractualists like John Locke, Rousseau, speaks in terms of a state of nature in which there were no restraint. Rousseau, in his social contract theory, stated that the man enjoyed true liberty only in the state of nature. Some other writers also hold the view that the natural liberty is the liberty that existed in the state of nature, but it must be remembered that the state of nature was pre-social, pre-political, and it's very difficult to visualize liberty that existed in the pre-social period of history. It must be governed by the law of the jungle. Liberty must be implied, might is right. Professor Gattel also said this, that in the state of nature each person would possess natural might, but not natural right. Right? So, to say that the natural liberty is no liberty. If anyone in the state of nature begins to act as the wishes, there will be a confusion. The strong alone will enjoy certain things and the weak will perish. Natural liberty had to end, therefore, liberty can be enjoyed only in the society. Anyway, to sum up, at least this much we must remember, that the liberty, natural liberty, is the liberty which we get by birth in the society. It's quite natural. Yes, quite natural. Okay, next we will go for another type of liberty. That's equal to moral liberty. Moral liberty is of great importance in the life of an individual. Now see the meaning of this. It is the freedom to do things according to the dictates of one's conscience. Professor Green, Kant, and some other thinkers supported the idea of moral liberty. Moral liberty is not at all concerned with the state. It is concerned with the individual own self that flows from his mind. Right? And then we are moving to the next one, that is the civil liberty, which we can also say as the social liberty. Okay? Civil liberty is the liberty which a man enjoys in a state or civil society. It consists of the rights and the privileges which the state creates and protects for its subjects or citizens. In other words, we can also say it like this, that the right of each person is to do as he chooses, but within the limit of the law. It may involve the protection from the interference at the hand of the government. Civil liberty is the main, consists of freedom of conscience and belief. It also tells you about the freedom of opinion, freedom of action, freedom of movement, okay, and all these things. Lord Bryce says that the civil liberty has a positive as well as a negative side. It implies the spontaneous exercise of power of willing and doing, right? And this civil liberty is of eminence value to the individual as well as association in a state. Not in a state, but in every state. Okay. Next, we will move to the economic liberty. Economic liberty is also an essential condition for a better living nowadays. Here it implies the liberty to occupy some occupation and to earn some livelihood and to maintain day-to-day life of the individual. The state should provide economic liberty. Means in simple way we can say that right to work, right to leisure. Okay, yeah. These economic liberty is to be maintained by almost all the states that has a democratic face. And now political liberty. Political liberty is very important in democratic setup. By political liberty we mean the right of the people to share in the administration of the state. It consists of right to vote, a right to be elected to various legislative bodies in the state, and right to hold political office, right to make constructive criticism of the government policy, etc. Okay, here political liberty makes democracy pure and successful. Next, national liberty. National liberty implies freedom of the nation. It's all about the nation and its freedom in compared to other nations. It is out of foreign control that it means. National liberty exists where the state is a national state, that where the community is independent and sovereign. Here, the state exercises both the internal sovereignty and external sovereignty. India attained this sovereignty on 15th August 1947. Then it has restored its national liberty. Next to that is called international liberty. International liberty implies what? Renewation of war, limitation on the production of armament. It also desires adequate curb on the strength of military force so that it may not crush the liberty of the local people or of the people of other country. It's a liberty of nation in the international domain. Yeah, so it gets its own right of making foreign policies and make its own status to keep its position standard in the international field. Okay, now this is all about different types of liberty we have to study in the political science. Thank you very much for watching.